Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Sorry about not posting yesterday. Uh, got myself into a little bit of a predicament to where it made it pretty difficult to see things. For those of you wondering, I smoked myself with a rock while weed eating my backyard. Did not have any safety glasses on. Rock flew up, cracked me right in the eye, cut my iris open, uh, so it's made things a little difficult to see. So yesterday I didn't trade, didn't do anything, just kind of rested. This happened back on Tuesday. So Tuesday was when it happened after the close. I went out to mow my lawn, and yeah, got smoked by a rock, and been trying to recover. Today I'm not in pain. Vision's still blurry, but I can see the charts. I did take a few trades today, not many. Kept it light, just kind of get my feet wet on the day. So we'll quickly go over what happened yesterday during yesterday's session, as it was kind of uneventful for all the volatility and range that we did have. And then I'll review what we did today, which was also uneventful. These past several days have been nothing but pure chop and balance. A lot of people, a lot of people have gotten hurt and caught up in this choppy session. So don't be upset at yourself if you are a newer trader getting hurt, or even a more experienced trader getting hurt in this type of market environment. Is a very difficult one to trade, and myself, along with multiple thousands of other traders out there who are also struggling with this market. Even the more profitable ones are struggling to read and understand what this market is trying to do. As you can see, this market is still open right now. We're about to close in like the next 15 seconds, so you'll hear that closing bell here in a minute. I do apologize for that. Um, but let's go ahead and dive right into it real quick. So, in yesterday's session, we had the CPI data come out yesterday, which caused a large opening and gap above the previous day's high and close. All right, so we gapped up pretty good yesterday during yesterday's session, and spent majority of the morning trending lower, one time framing down and attempting to hold single prints, but failed multiple times to hold single prints and actually hold a trend day down. And then finally, late in the evening, or right in the afternoon, H and I period, after testing the lows right where the gap starts from that island reversal, we started to struggle on the sell side and began to grind this market back up to the highs. Thankfully, I wasn't involved in yesterday's market, because I definitely would have gotten hurt trying to short this market on the way up. And I guarantee you that's what happened to a lot of traders, was they got hurt on the short side, thinking this market, because we had been one time framing down all morning, that we'd eventually get legs and start going to the downside, but that did not happen. After J period stopped the one time framing down, K, L, and M did nothing but grind this market up higher, basically near the open, but did not get back to the opening. And then we come in today and have an inside day. So after going out yesterday with only the day's high and low, no Y point of control, we come in today trading inside value unchanged. Attempted to test yesterday's low, got nothing for it. Sellers attempted to do work early this morning in B period, but didn't get anything for it. And then we kind of just grinded back towards the highs, C through F period, setting highs and finally getting the initial balance high in F period. We got a little bit of a liquidation break later in I period, as buyers were trying to move this market higher in F and G period and in H, but didn't get anything for it, wasn't rewarded for their efforts. So once we took out H's low and couldn't get back above the open in I period, we liquidated pretty good back down near the lows of the day. So today we only go out with the day's low, the day's high, and then a wide point of control here at C's high, um, only 9 wide. We actually pulled back an M period, but could not even get to the wide point of control at C's high to get 10 wide instead of 9. So very uneventful day. I did take a few trades today early on. Got hurt on the short side early on in the day trying to short this market in C period. We popped up. I got stopped out of my short position. I tried to short again in what period was it? Tried to short again in F period against the opening and the high of day. It popped up. I got stopped out. Then I took shorts in H period against G's high to rotate back down to the point of control, thinking that we'd get there. Sure enough, H pulls back, and I made money on my short trying to chip away. I wish I would have uh, held the trade, because even though we pushed back up in I period against the open, I could have gotten back in on the short side. This market liquidated down to the lows. I actually was short in I period initially, but only got out for like maybe a point or two profit. Wasn't really feeling the trade. Didn't expect us to liquidate quite like we did. And man, had I been in that trade, I obviously would have gotten out of the point of control at 36. Shorting 40, getting out at 36 would have definitely been my play. I might not have caught this whole move, but at least I would have been involved in it. And then I finally took shorts late in the evening in L period. I was taking shorts at 44, think against K's high in the previous day, or against K's high in the high of day, not expecting this market to go trend. There's pretty whack tempo, pretty light tempo in K period. Same thing in L period, so I wasn't expecting us to run away and start going trend late in the evening. So I took short in L period around 44, rotated this market down lower. I exited most of my position at 40. It pushed down to 39, and once it came back up, I just took it all off at 40. I then reshorted again in M period around the 41 level on a push up. Wasn't expecting M to run away to the upside. So it came in. I was attempting to get to the point of control down here at 36. So as Mo came in, I was short 41, decent size. Came into 37 and a quarter, which is where I got out. So I was front running 36, and thankfully I got out of my position, because this all it did was get near the point of control, didn't get to it, and reversed back up to the high. So got out of that trade unscathed. So overall, a nice up day for me, especially after struggling, on Monday, and then Tuesday struggled, and then obviously not trading yesterday with the way my eye was feeling. Then today getting involved, but not taking anything too serious. Got out with a little bit on the profit side, about 2,500 on the day, so cannot complain. So let's go ahead and mark the day's low, the day's high, in our Y point of control. Today was an inside day. We've been saying that a lot recently, a lot of inside days. This balance is something that is pretty unique. We haven't had a wide balance like this in quite some time. It's a tough one to kind of figure out what this market is wanting to do. So we kind of just have to continue to monitor and trade our levels, but not hold on to our trades, right? So when we're in a trade, you want to make sure that you're trying to get out as quickly as possible, because this market is not ripe for trends right now. It is a very choppy market, very indecisive market, and you want to be careful to not get involved in the wrong areas. High of day 5, 11, 23. So, obviously trying to rely on market generated information here recently has been more tricky than usual, especially in balance areas. It becomes way more difficult to read. We'll mark today's low. So once again, ending with another inside day. We've been in this very large balance area for quite some time. We've actually kind of consolidated into a more tight fit balance area, or you could say it's a much larger balance area, and I can show you that on our daily time frame here in just a second. But for today's destinations, because it is an inside day, we look to come out of it and monitor it for continuation. So if we come out today's High at 46.75, rotate up to the high of 41.69.50 would be the next upside destination, and then 41.77.25 balance high where the gap starts. So you look to come out of this, get some continuation to the upside, and potentially get our balance high where the gap starts, and then fills at 41.82.25. Above that, you have nothing until 42.206.25. Now for the downside, if we can't take out the day's high, you will trade at the 9-wide point of control at 41.36. You get below that, take out the day's low at 41.21.50. You will look to trade into what is now our balance low of 41.11.50 and then into the gap, which fills at 40.98.25. And once again, you want to see continuation, whether it be holding single prints or one time framing down the entire time, so creating lower lows and lower highs. Below that 40.98.25 area is a 11-wide point of control at 40.81.25. No matter which way this market comes out of a balance, it will come out with a pretty aggressive move, in my opinion, as we're just building steam in this large balance. So let's look at our larger time frames here. Monthly, not a lot has changed on our monthly, right? Monthly still trading sideways. We are still in a pretty decent sized balance here for our monthly. Like I said, I have two extremes marked. I have our monthly balance extreme at 43.27.50, monthly extreme balance low at 35.02, and then we have our tighter consolidated, more frequent or more recent balance of 42.08.50 to 37.88.50. We are attempting to come out of balance to the upside, but we are struggling to get through this 41.50 to 42.08.50 area. Is inventory being offloaded here or being picked up to move this market up higher? We will not know until after it has already happened. Weekly still in a balance. If I can zoom in here, our weekly time frame is still balanced. So all three of our time frames are in a balance. This weekly is still in a very large balance. We've been balanced for the past several weeks. Been trying to get through that 4,200 level, struggling. This week is an inside week. If we close tomorrow inside this week, same concept for any inside day, same will apply for inside week. You'll look to come out of it and monitor it for continuation. So far, this is an inside week. Balance high 42.06.25, balance low of 40.62.25. Now let's look at our daily. Daily, still in a balance. Very, very long balance. You could say that it is a much larger balance, kind of like this, using the weekly balance, right? You can say that the balance is from 42.06.25 to 40.62.25 and call it a multi-day, I believe a 29-day balance. You could say that. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I'm going to use this much smaller area to give us a little bit more of an edge. And we'll say that our balance area is from 41.77.25 to 41.05, right? That's going to be my balance area for now. If we come out of this balance to the upside, then we should easily get to 4,200, no problem. If we come out of this balance to the downside, we should fill this gap at 40.98 and then back test the 50-day moving average once again. So far, chopping back and forth between the 20-day moving average, that has become irrelevant, nothing to lean on from the 20 simple moving average. Inside day, we'll see how we come out of it tomorrow, or if we continue to consolidate and get an even smaller range and more choppy price action coming into tomorrow. No matter what the case is, have your hard hats on, have your stops in place, trade smaller size because this market, it does give you opportunities, but just in case you are wrong, you definitely want to pay less to learn that lesson, right? So definitely trade smaller size. That's something I have to be more comfortable with. I have to be more comfortable with taking, $50 in profit versus $250 in profit these days, right? This market is very, very choppy, very consolidated. Continues to chop in this larger balance and then inside this smaller balance. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate everyone's support. If you would not mind, leave a like down below if you made it to the end. Comment something below if there's anything I can do better for you guys. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Dollar bills, y'all.